Hello guys and welcome back to my studio. Today is a rainy day, as maybe you can hear outside the rain, and it always feels nice just to have a little bit of color around. If you want to make your own oil sketchbook, I will leave the link in the description below so that you can check it out. Today I wanted to try this technique called Decalcomania that Remedios Varo and Max Ernst, among other surrealistic artists, used for their paintings, mainly for landscapes. As you can see, it shows really hypnotic and mesmerizing details. It is actually easy to do, but to control that like that, it's like genius level. So we will start just like beginners for this. It will also be my first time. Let's start with primering the pages of our oil sketchbook with gesso, and then adding any kind of other color that you may like, but it should be like a light color so that we can play with the layers. For this I chose my gold acrylic because I like how it reflects light when you apply the painting. As I mentioned earlier in the oil sketchbook video, we're going to use liquid as our medium to mix it with oils so that our oils can dry faster. You know guys that I love this liquid and it's going to be our best friend for the oil sketchbook. We will be needing also a small recipient so that we can mix the liquid with the oil. I will try burnt umber so that you can see the contrast between the background and the pigment. With practice, you will be able to tell how much oil you need and how much liquid. If you like more liquidy texture, then add more liquid. If you like more dense texture, then more oil. So with practice you will know for your next paintings. But for now, let's just experiment with almost half and half and maybe a little bit more of oil. You can add the mixture wherever you want over the paper. Try to just visualize an image or a shape that maybe you would like to follow after. I like the diagonal compositions because of the dynamic that it creates, but you can choose whatever you want and how much mixture you want to use for that. So now the Decalcomania is here as we press our sketchbook as strong as we can so that we can distribute the mixture more even on the pages, and then we see the surprise, what we ended up with. Ooh, I really like these kind of feathery stains. The tricky part of the Decalcomania is that you can keep intervening it and modifying it until you are happy with the image that you envisioned. You can press the sketchbook as many times as it needs to, so that you can build up the Decalcomania painting. After pressing a few more times and also pressing the spatula on it, I kind of found the shapes of two people staring at one another. The one in the right could be an old man, but also I wanted this old man to become kind of a tree, so it's a mixture between a human and the tree. In some parts I am adding details using the same mixture, but also in some parts I am removing the mixture from the inside, as you can see in the wrinkles in the old man's face. that now I see like an old grumpy troll. For the guy in the left, I was not so sure to make another tree guy, but I wanted to create some kind of foliage or plant texture. So I am going to use a little bit of white spirit and clean it in this kitchen towel. And then with this paintbrush I am just going to smooth some part of the mixtures, as you can see now. As you can see, I am using different kinds of paintbrush depending on what I want, as if I want fine details or just to drag the pigment around. But also I am mixing it with the white spirit, as I told you earlier, so that I can erase or take off some of the mixture from the paper. But it also combines with the mixture and makes it like a middle tone between the light background and the dark mixture. Also, you can add some drops of white spirit and see what happens, like I did here. And then the drops of white spirit started to open up and make these interesting shapes as well. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed painting with it and learning this fascinating technique called Decalcomania. And I would like to explore it more and to create real paintings and bigger landscapes using this, but I realized after this that you need a lot of practice and just getting more familiar with the technique. Let me know what you think about that. If you made something yourself, tag me in the comments. Let me see what you created. I would be super happy to see it. Until the next one, bye!